Development of Educational Technology. I'm Armin A. Gaba, MAID INM student. Good day. In recent years, technology has changed from being a peripheral factor to becoming more central in all forms of teaching. Nevertheless, arguments about the role of technology in education go back at least 2,500 years. To understand better the role and influence of technology on teaching, we need a little history because, as always, there are lessons to be learned from history. Paul Settler, The Evolutions of American Educational Technology on 1990 is one of the most extensive historical accounts but only goes up to 1989. A lot has happened since then. Oral communication. One of the earliest means of formal teaching was oral, do human speech. In ancient times, story, folklore, histories, and news were transmitted and maintained through oral communication, making accurate memorization a critical skill, and the oral tradition is still the case in many aboriginal cultures. For the ancient Greeks, oratory and speech were the means by which people learned and passed on learning. To be learned, they had to be listening, not by reading, and recitation, not by writing. Slate boards were in use in India in 12th century AD, and blackboards, chalkboards became used in schools around the turn of the 18th century. At the end of the World War II, the U.S. Army started using overhead projectors for training, and their use became common for lecturing until being largely replaced by electronic projectors and presentation software such as PowerPoint around on 1990. Written communication. In written communication, the inventions of the printing press in Europe in the 15th century was a truly disrupted technology, making written knowledge much more freely available, very much in the same way as the Internet has done today. Improvements in transport infrastructure in the 19th century, and in particular the creations of cheap and reliable postal system in 1940s, led to the development of the first formal correspondence education, with the University of London offering an external degree program by correspondence from 1858. This first formal distance degree program still exists today in a form of the University of London International Program. In 1970s, the Open University transformed the use of print for teaching through special designed, highly illustrated printed course units that integrated learning activities with the print medium based on advanced instructional design. Broadcasting and video. The British Broadcasting Corporation or BBC began broadcasting educational radio programs for schools in 1920s. Television was first used in education in the 1960s for schools and for general adult education. One of the six purposes in the current BBC Royal Charter is still promoting education and learning. In 1969, the British government established the Open University (OU), which worked in partnership with the BBC to develop university programs open to all, using a combination originally of printed materials specially designed by OU staff and televisions and radio programs made by the BBC but integrated with the courses. Based on 1985, it should be noted that although the radio programs involved mainly oral communication, the television programs did not choose lecture as such but focused more on the common formats of general television, such as documentaries, demonstration of processes, and case studies. The BBC focused on the unique affordances of television, a topic that will be discussed in much more detail later. Over time, as new technologies such as audio and video cassettes were introduced, live broadcasting, especially radio, was cut back for OU programs. Although there are still some general educational channels broadcasting around the world, example TV Ontario in Canada, PBC, the History Channel, and the Discovery Channel in the USA. The use of television for educational quickly spread around the world, being seen in 1970s as particular and international agencies such as the World Bank and UNESCO. As a panacea for education in developing countries, the hopes for which quickly faded when the realities of lack of electricity, cost, security of publicly available equipment, climate resistance from the local teachers in the local language, and cultural issue become apparent. Satellite broadcasting started to become available in the 1980s, and similar hopes were expressed of delivering university lectures from the world's leading universities to the world's starving masses. But these hopes too quickly faded for similar reason. However, India, which had launched its own satellite, INSAT, in 1983, used it initially for delivering locally produced educational television programs throughout the country. In several indigenous languages, using India-designed receivers and television sets in local community centers as well as schools. India is still using satellites for tele-education into the poorest parts of the country at the time of writing on 2014. In 1990s, the cost of creating and distributing video dropped dramatically due to digital compression, and high-speed internet access. The development of lecture capture technology allows students to view or review lectures at any time and place with an internet connection. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT, started making its recorded lectures available to the public free of charge via its OpenCourseWare project in 2002. YouTube started in 2005 and was bought by Google in 2006. YouTube is increasingly being used for short educational clips that can be downloaded and integrated into online courses. The Khan Academy started using YouTube in 2006 for recorded voice-over lectures using digital blackboards for equations and illustrations. Apple Incorporated in 2007 created iTunes U to become a portal or a site where videos and other digital materials on university teaching could be collected and downloaded free of charge by end users. Computer technologies. Computer-based learning. B.F. Skinner started experiment with teaching machines that made use of program learning in 1954 based on the theory of behaviorism. Skinner's teaching machines were one of the first forms of computer-based learning. There has been a recent revival of program learning approaches as a result of MOOCs, since machine-based testing skills much more easily than human-based assessment. By the late 1970s, Plato was a generalized computer-assisted instruction system originally developed at the University of Illinois. It was in fact a highly successful system lasting almost 40 years and incorporated key online concepts, forums, message boards, online testing, email, chat rooms, instant messaging, remote screen sharing, and multiplayer games. Computer networking. In the late 1970s, Maury Toroff and Roxanne Heltz at the New Jersey Institute of Technology were experimenting with blended learning using NGI or Eternal Computer Network. In 1982, a parent at the USA was the first network to use the Internet Protocol. Hills and Toroff, on 1978, they combined classroom teaching with online discussion, forums, and termed this computer-mediated communication. In 1988, the Open University in the United Kingdom offered a course DT200 that, as well as the OU traditional media of printed text, television programs, and audio cassettes, also included the online discussion component using CUSI. In 1991, the World Wide Web is basically an application running on the Internet that enables end users to create and link documents, video, or other digital media without the need for the end user to transcribe every learning into some from computer code. The first web browser Mosaic was made available in 1993 before the web it required lengthy, the time-consuming methods to load their material on the Internet. Several Internet search engines have been developed with Google. Online learning environments. In 1995, the web enabled the development of the first learning management system, or LMS, such as WebCity, which later became Blackboard. LMS provides an online teaching environment where content can be loaded and organized, as well as providing spaces for learning objective, student activities, assignment questions, and discussion forums. The first fully online courses for credit started to appear in 1995, some using LMS, others just loading text as PDF or slides. The Masteral were mainly text and graphics. LMS became the main means by which online learning with the Antal lecture capture system arrived. By 2008, George Siemens, Stephen Downes, and Dave Cormier in Canada were using web technology to create the first connectivist massive open online course, or MOOC, a community of practice that linked webinar presentations and or blog posts by expert participants, blogs and tweets with just over 2,000 enrollments. The courses were open to anyone, had no formal assessment. In 2012, Stanford University professor launched a lecture capture-based MOOC on artificial intelligence, attracting more than 100,000 students, and since then, MOOC expanded rapidly around the world. Social media. Social media cover a wide range of different technologies, including blogs, wikis, YouTube, videos, mobile services such as phones and tablets, Twitter, Skype, and Facebook. Social media are really a subcategory of computer technology, but their development deserves a section of its own in the history of educational technology. The effectiveness of using educational technology inside the classroom. Why is technology important in the classroom? What makes it so beneficial to the learning experience? As the world now changes, so the technological developments have been coming at a rapid pace in the past few decades. That is why educational technology is changing. Incorporating technology into the classroom can benefit and support learning and teaching practices. Benefits of technology in the classroom. Number one, provide a more engaged learning environment, wherein integrating technology in course design is that it helps to create a more engaging learning environment for students, and it has had on the way we teach and learn. It helps to present their subjects in more interactive and creative ways. With all the possibilities out there, and with more in the way with advancement like virtual reality, is an intriguing time to be a teacher planning a course. Number 2, prepare student for the future. Technology is everywhere, which is why it's important that it plays a part in students' current learning environment. Using this, when you teach, will help students to become familiar with common programs that will use in their future careers. Teachers aim to prepare their students in a great way to do that is with technology. They have a big role in their lives to moving forward. The use of computers and the internet will be an integral part of their future professional and personal lives. Number 3, connecting better with students. Technology provides teachers with an opportunity to connect with their students in a new way. It allows you to open up lines of communications and use the internet to explain curriculum material in a new way, which can be very helpful to students. Many students today already gravitate towards the internet, so by using these technologies in the classroom, you may increase opportunities to build community with your students. Boost collaboration. Number 4. An engaging learning environment requires a lot of collaboration. Technology is a great way to promote and facilitate discussion among students. They interact with each other through the technology and discuss different ways they can collaborate and learn together. This promotes a collaborative environment in the classroom, which in turn leads to more connected community. Number 5, supports learning. Many students learn best when they have access to technology to reach as many students as possible. It's crucial that technology be incorporated into the course design. Technology can offer a variety of teaching and learning techniques that can help teachers convey the subject material to a larger audience. More that in a bit. The hope of many teachers is to reach as many students as they can, and technology provide a great solution for them. Ideas for integrating technology in the classroom. There are some ideas of integrating technology inside our classroom. Number 1, gamified learning, virtual field trips, create a student website, online discussion, and use social media. Why teachers need to use technology inside the classroom? Number 1, technology in the classroom provides teachers with more tools to support students. Number 2, students become active participants in the learning process by using technology in the classroom. Number 3, teachers who become expert at using technology inside the classroom can advance their careers. My references is Concordia University blog, Lumin, Tony Bytes website by Contact North. Thank you very much.